Hello, welcome back to stream. Okay, we did it. Alright, so next we're playing Horripilant, which is how you pronounce the name, apparently, according to the way that it is spelled. Horripilant is a dungeon crawler game where you are crawling through what seems to be hell. It seems to combine a couple of different mechanics. It has idler mechanics, puzzle mechanics, it has auto battler mechanics. Yeah, it looks really horrifying. Kind of reminds me of Fear and Hunger a little bit. So this would be interesting. So let's go ahead and check this out. It's loading. That's why I'm making that face. Leave me alone, virus man. Alright, hold on. Whoa. That's a lot of stuff. I think this is... Okay, virus man. You didn't have to do all that. Crap. There's an important message I missed because of the virus man. Alright, there is a message here that I need to be reading. So give me one moment because I need to resize the window because the virus man fucked everything up. Oh, that's terribly ugly. Okay, there we go. Hey, I've implemented Sentry for better error/crash tracking. Before I turn on crash reporting, I want to be 100% transparent about what will and will not be sent to Sentry when the game misbehaves. What Sentry creates: the exact error message, basic device details, the game's version number, randomly generated session ID, a single screenshot of the last frame shown. Does not collect or any of your personal details. Why do I ask for this data? Stack traces point us directly to this line of code that failed, cutting debug time dramatically. Hardware info reveals blah, 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 specific issues. For example, only crashes on GTX 970 cards. A last frame screenshot lets us see exactly what was on the screen when the game crashed. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. You can do that. Hey, thanks for purchasing Horripilant. If you have any feedback or bugs to report, please let me know. You can join the Discord or send a comment/bug directly via the forum by following the buttons on the menu. Have fun, Alex. Oh, cute. All right, we have this game contains sections with quick time events where you need to click quickly to react to actions happening on screen. Would you like to make these sections easier by not requiring certain rate of clicking? We can try it. I'm not good at QTEs, so there is a high likelihood I will disable these, but we'll try it to see how it goes. I've seen mention of this game, but not seen it yet. Yeah, it was a game I had my eye on for a little bit, and then they gave me a key for it, so I was pretty thrilled. I don't know anything about it, though, so this is all new to me, and it's going to be all new to you, too. I don't know what any of that shit is, so we're just going to ignore it. Okay. All right. All of this is fine for now. I don't see a reason to change any of this, so we'll play and see what happens. Just go from there. You wake up with a swollen head and a mouthful of blood. Oh, perfect. Your sense of smell is assaulted by the damp, musty dungeon scent that penetrates your nostrils. As you struggle to open your eyes, you seem to hear whispers emanating from the walls around you. Oh! My child. Wake up, my child. Explore the dungeon, my son. You need to get to know your surroundings. Open your map. No! Okay, I will. That's a map? Oh, wait, no, that's not a map. What? Good. Hit the sprout. It'll give you materials you can use. What the hell? Alright. Oh, I see. We're cutting wood. Oh, where did the wood come from, though? Did we just have it? Did I just have wood shoved up my ass? Is that what this is? I don't understand. Oh, wow. Okay. You got enough wood for now. You may go spend it. Open the map. Go and get your equipment. Okay. This is a weird map. Okay, so I guess we were here. So this is a room, this is a room, and this is a room. Very convenient for the material room to be next to the camp room. This is a setup I would expect in a Resident Evil game, but probably... I don't know. Alright, let's move on. Let's go to the equipment chamber. You can spend your resources to improve your armor. Simply leave the cost of your materials by the door on your way out. Oh, okay, that's a nice little honor system. What if I don't? What if I just steal the armor? When you feel ready, open your map and head for the steps. Okay, can I, like, steal the armor, though? Okay, I see. Is the armor made of wood? Because it's kind of weird that I'm buying it with wood. Oh, okay, I see. So this requires wood. This requires meat. Interesting. All right. Let's buy this. Let's buy that. Okay, that's all that we can buy. Cool, great. Perfect. Let's move on. Oh. We're not even in the dungeon yet? What's this? It's too heavy to lift by hand. A key? What the heck? It's too small to fit my hand through? Alright. Oh, it's like, it mixes like point and click stuff, I guess. Whoa. Do I have meat? I don't think I have meat. Oh, okay, that's how you save, by throwing meat onto the fire. I didn't even know I had meat. I guess I don't have meat now. What the hell is this? It's too small to fit through. I can't use this right now. Alright then. I'm gonna get more wood. You know what they say, always be chopping, ABC. ABC, always be chopping. Alright, I need more leggings. I need legs. Wait, those aren't legs, those are boots! I don't even have legs yet! Alright, now I have legs. Okay. This guy's got to be watching me do this shit, and he's got to be like, man, this dog boy's an idiot. Alright, give me that sword. Okay, great. We are perfectly outfitted now. What is all this shit? I have no idea. It doesn't do anything. Alright, let's ignore it. Alright, well, it's time to go into the dungeon. You stand at the top of what appears to be a decrepit, never-ending staircase, spiraling down into darkness as far as the eye can see. Faint moans and distant screams echo from the depths below, hinting at the horrors that await. Are you ready to descend into this hell? I mean, dungeons are my thing, so... How combat works. Combat automatically happens based upon your equipment. For extra attacks, click the weak points. After beating a boss, you get to pick a boon. Boons reset when leaving combat. Acknowledge. What the hell? Oh, right, it happens automatically. What am I doing? Am I just dying? What is... Okay. Wait, I'm confused. Are we just fighting all these... Oh, I see. We're like going through... What the hell? This is weird. How do I heal? I'm dying. I'm dead, bro. You narrowly escaped death. You lost 2 meat crawling out. This battle was brutal. Come and visit the hole. Open your map. Oh, yeah, that's great. That's great. A disembodied voice is telling me to visit a hole. It knows me so well. And not just a hole, the hole. And it's just called the hole. Hello, Ani. Welcome, and hello, Raiders. Welcome to stream. My name is Dom. I am a pie-covered... Okay, there we go. I am a Doberman dominant who plays horror games and all sorts of other bullshit. Right now, we're checking out Horripilant. I'm gonna pronounce that game right eventually. Which is a horror, like, dungeon crawly thing. So you're just in time for the fun. We're about to check out the hole, which, I don't know, maybe you'll have some interest in. We love the hole. Yeah, we love weird holes. That seems to be the case. I tried pronouncing it on the way in and probably failed miserably. Oh, you probably did better than I did. I mispronounced it 3 times before we even started stream. So, you know. All right, let's go into the hole. Ani, how was Slay the Spire 2? Did you have fun? The hole. You stand in the middle of an empty room. In front of you, a massive hole pierces the wall, leading to what seems like nowhere. The loud clinking of your armor echoes off the walls, only to be swallowed by the void before you. There is nothing else to do, or so it seems, but an odd, unshakable urge rises within you, the need to scream into the abyss. We're just gonna scream into some guy's hole? Okay. You scream like you haven't screamed before. This one is guttural, primal, comes from deep within you. You wait for an answer. Nothing. You wait some more. Still nothing. As you start to turn around to leave, you hear a deep growl emanating from the hole. My child, I am so happy to see you. If you seek power, I can help you in your quest. The deeper you go into the dungeon, the greater the reward. The blood from your enemies shall be cast into a beautiful... What the fuck? The blood from your enemies shall be cast into beautiful hemalith, which shall give you the powers you seek. Bring me a crow's beak to prove your worth. Until then, I'll be waiting. Who are you? What is this place? What the hell? As you utter these words, you sense a strong discomfort. Something now stands before you, unmoving, yet watching you intently. That's God? God is just some guy in a hole? Oh my. I see. Good. 2 extremely solid runs. I got to Act 3 literally on the first run. I do need to go settle in for the night, but you have a lovely time. I'm glad you had a good time. It sounds like fun. And I hope you have a good rest of your evening. Thank you so much for the raid. For those of you raiders who don't know much about me, you can find more about me here, especially that Discord link at the top there. That is my community Discord, where you can learn about me and what I do and interact with my community if you want to do that. All right. Well, I don't want anything to do with this guy anymore, so I'm leaving. That was weird. That guy was weird. Alright, well, I guess we have nothing to do but to go back into the dungeon and die. I love that all we're doing is, like, auto-attacking a mouse and making grunt noises. This is, like... You're gaining experience. The more you kill, the more experience you have, the more health you gain. I see. Okay. Yeah, that is typically how that works, bud. Jeez, some god, he's telling me shit that I already know. Maybe that is just how religion works. You narrowly escaped death. You lost 4 meat crawling out. Oh, great. I'm glad I'm just leaking meat everywhere. Well, damn. Maybe we can upgrade our armor. It did seem like there was some kind of something, but I don't know. What is hire a mouse? What are all these choices? Oh, interesting. Okay. I don't really... Oh, I can hire a crow? Why would I want to? What will that crow do for me? Well, I hired one. So upgrading our storage gave us the ability to stack 200 wood. I wonder if that can help us in any way. As you enter the room, you notice that the wood you had placed in front of the door is no longer there. In its place, a bloody claw scratch seemingly going through the floor under the door. Whoa. I see. Okay, well, these are all what I already have. Ooh, but hold on. We can get the spiky bone. We can get the skull amulet, healing potion, the moldy mushroom, and the strange fruit. I have 9 meat right now. I'll buy the spiky bone. Oh. We can only hold 1 item. I see. Alright then. Well, back into the dungeon we go. I wonder if this is someone's kink. Just auto battler while you hear some guy moaning in the background. It's gotta be, right? You narrowly escaped death. You lost 4 meat crawling out. That's a lot more meat than we had before. Alright, let's go to the materials. I would like to... Damn, okay. Let's upgrade our click again. That's a lot of click upgrades. I don't know what hiring mouses do. I'm gonna just buy a bunch of mouse. I'm just gonna buy a bunch of mice. I don't know why I would want to. I'm just gonna do it anyway. This seems like it's gonna be one of those games that, like, it just has a lot to it, kind of like Fear and Hunger is, to the point where, like, there's so much in the game that you wouldn't know unless, like, somebody else told you about it first. That's what that's the vibes I'm getting from this. All right, we still have our item apparently. All right, back into the dungeon we go. When you go past this floor, you can only leave after beating the boss. Oh, I see. It does give me Fear and Hunger vibes, though. I mean, it is obviously different, but it gives me, like, the same sense of, like, foreboding and shit. Oh, let's talk to this guy. Who are you? I am what awaits at the end of all journeys. The reason those walls recognize you, my child. What is this place? This is where all paths stop pretending they can lead elsewhere. I seek guidance. Go lower, my child. What you seek lingers just beyond your reach. Give an item. Oh, I don't have any. Say nothing. Alright, goodbye, hole. I'm gonna hire another crow. Let's hire another mouse. Alright, we seem to be beyond hiring things for the moment. Yeah. Alright. Well, back into the dungeon we go. Damn, we were so close that time. Okay. Alright, back in we go. Shit, did I even fully regen? Fuck me. I don't think I did. I was too impatient. Yeah, we need to wait to regen. I definitely did not last time. Definitely not. What an interesting game. I love the graphics vibe. It's very freaky. Alright, let's go back in. Oh shit, the boss. Oh man. Too bad. We came close that time. Too bad. All right. Ooh, okay, we might do it this time. Oh shit, I don't have an item. Fuck me. Ooh, we almost there. Oh, we did it. Nice. Oh, what the hell? Oh, if we had an item, we would have done that. Dang it. That's what I get for not having an item. I'm going to buy that moldy mushroom. Whoa! Hello, Raiders. Welcome to stream. I hope that you're all doing well this evening. We are playing Horripilant, a terrifying dungeon crawler game. So you're just in time for some really not meant to be sexual moaning, but I've made it sexual. Vesper, welcome. I hope that you're doing well. I haven't seen you in a while. What were you playing? I hope that it was fun. I hope that you had fun with it. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Dom. I'm a dog boy who plays horror games and RPGs and other shit. My model is styled after a Doberman Dominant. We do a lot of stuff related to BDSM here and kink positivity and sex positivity. So if you want to know more about what I'm about, you can check out all my stuff there. That top link is my Discord. You can hop in there, get stream notifications, learn about me, interact with my community, etc. and so on. So thank you for coming. Alright, it's time to go back in. I was trying to be productive, lol. I got a few drawings done and a little writing. Oh, nice. Sounds like fun. I'm glad you're able to get some stuff done. We played, there was another game we were playing a moment ago. It was called Ghostly Whiskers. It was a cute little adventure game where you play as a cat looking for its owner. And then we have been doing this. This has been what we've been doing for the past 27 minutes or so. Hey, we did it! Alright, we get a boon now. So we can pick a critical boon, 1% chance of hitting a critical hit, attack speed bonus, attack faster by 0.1 seconds, gain bonus of 1.0% meat gain. I am gonna go with attack speed, because if I was playing Arc Knights, that's what I would do. Oh, we're dead. Oh, we're so dead. Yeah, we died. Would you classify this as a horror RPG or dark fantasy? Have you ever played the game Fear and Hunger? So it's not like that in the sense of like you're exploring so much, but it is like that in terms of the vibes. I would say it's kind of like Fear and Hunger combined with World of Horror in a sense. As for whether it's an RPG or a dark fantasy, it doesn't seem to be much of an RPG, but I've seen the screenshots and I have seen a skill tree, so it might become more of an RPG as you go on. But right now, I would call it maybe more of a dark fantasy. It does remind me a lot of Fear and Hunger, though. Alright, let's buy the spiky bone. Yeah, let's go to floor 2. That sounds good. Okay, yeah, I may grab this. Go for it. It came out on Steam not too long ago. I don't know how much it is off the top of my head, because I got this for free via keymailer. But damn, this guy is rude. What the fuck? Why did I get my ass beat so bad? Damn. All right, it is $7.99. Yep, it's $7.99 right now. Oh, I think this is a solo developed game. Interesting. I still have some keymailer games to go through myself. That is what I've been doing all night, is going through keymailer games. I had these two that have been on the back burner for a little bit now that I haven't been able to get to, so I'm glad I finally got the chance to get to them. I just know somewhere on the internet someone has modded these sounds to be like aggressively sexual. Either that or somebody is going to play this game who is a game developer and they're going to develop like an erotic version of this, which honestly would be kind of, I'd be kind of down with it. But yeah. We keep getting our ass beat. I'm wondering if it might be more worthwhile to go to floor 1 and beat the boss a couple of times. Maybe we would get more experience that way. I don't know. We can try it, though. Let's try it. Let's see if that goes anywhere. Oh yeah, we're barely getting hurt now. Ooh, actually, if we beat the boss again, I wonder if we get another boom. Okay, so I hope you have fun. I will be lurking. I need a snack and a shower. Okay, sounds good. Thank you for coming by. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. Boost my damage. Oh shit. Oh, okay. They're different each time. Whoa. I like the damage bonus. So it is more worthwhile to go through floor 1 first, maybe. Seems like we got a little bit more meat that way, too. Alright, we need to be healing. We need to be healing. Okay. Alright. Let's go back in there. We'll start at floor 1 again. The auto battler angle is interesting. I don't think I've ever seen something quite like this. So that's pretty neat. Oh no, we don't have an item. Shit. Oh, I fucked up. Oh, I fucked it all up. It's all gone tits up. Okay, here we go. Ooh, a regen bonus. Let's do that one. Ooh. I got an achievement for killing a bunch of enemies. Uh-oh. We're blacking out again. Damn. Alright, well, let's toss some meat onto the fire. Oh, no! We lost our meat! Shit! Alright, well, that's fine. I'm gonna do the healing guy. Yeah. Let's go with that. Alright, let's wait till we regen HP before we go back in to get our ass beat once more. I'm so excited to get my ass beat again. You just don't even know. Alright, let's go. At least the QTEs are good. I'm pretty sure they will get harder. Mostly because I've seen screenshots which make it seem like they get harder. But they start off pretty nice at least. So that's cool. Never been good at QTEs. The worst QTEs I've ever seen were in fucking Castlevania Lords of Shadow. Oh my god, those pissed me off. I think Assassin's Creed also had QTEs. Maybe. I can't remember. Oh, shit. Ooh. No, I want to inflect. Actually, I'm wrong. I don't think the worst QTEs I've ever seen were from Castlevania Lords of Shadow. I think that was from Heavy Rain. That game has some of the worst fucking QTEs in existence. Like, there's a lot of other problems with Heavy Rain as well, but the QTEs are probably the biggest offender for me. Now we can toss some meat onto the fire. Alright, let's do it. Within the ashes of the fire you've just extinguished, you find a key. Ew. Wonder where that goes. Worst is in too much, or worst is in feeling totally pointless? Somehow both at the same time? But mostly too much. Yeah. Yeah. I hate games that just put QTE after QTE. God, I hate games that rely on QTEs. I really do. They piss me off. You don't see it as much as you used to, I find. Oh, shit. As you open the door, a putrid smell hits you in the face. You're standing in front of a large creature staring back at you. It clicks rhythmically as it chews. Behind it, you see a pile of what appears to be its food. An amalgam of tripe, meat, wood, rock, and iron. Hey, this seems like the shopkeeper man. As if nothing had happened to it, the fire reignites itself. I need more light to find and grab this. You approach quietly. You can't see any way out through this room. As you're about to turn back, you notice that the creature seems to be giving birth to a mouse. She doesn't attack you. She seems kind. You take her. She could be useful. Oh, I see. So it'll give us another companion if we don't have one. The hell? Alright then. But yeah. Yeah, no. Over-reliance on QTEs sucks, dude. Like, if your game is nothing but QTEs and the player is already bad at them... And this was back when, like, I don't even think you could adjust the QTEs back then. Like, I'm pretty sure this was during that time when, like, everything had a QTE because that was, like, the newest, hottest thing in gaming. And, like, there was no way to adjust the difficulties or anything. It was just, if you failed the QTE, you failed in real life. And then you just ended up repeating, like, 20 minutes of dialogue or some shit until you get it again. God, I hated it. It was so fucking terrible. I think after that one got relentlessly nicked for press F to pay respects, it kind of simmered. Ooh. Yes. Yes, I remember that. I think that was from LA Noire. I think LA Noire had QTEs. I'm pretty sure it did. I'm pretty sure it did, because I remember some pretty frustrating times in LA Noire associated with timing, and I'm pretty sure they were QTEs. Oh, I know. That's one of my favorite memes. Damn, this mouse is kind of OP. I feel like I'm cheating. Holy shit, mouse. Whoa, we just got through floor 2. Alright. I'm gonna reflect some shit. It was from COD in 2014. Oh. I must be thinking of something else then. But I do remember that. I do remember that. I might have played that COD game. I played a couple of Call of Duty games because my brother was obsessed with them, so he like just had them laying around. I played Modern Warfare, I think, and I'm pretty sure I played Black Ops. I don't remember. So, what does extinguishing the fire do now? Oh. I don't know what it does. I upgraded my storage, though. I don't know what that does either. Maybe I can buy another item. Nope. Oh, I can get more wood. That's what that does. I can hire a skeleton. What the hell? I would like to upgrade materials level. As if nothing had happened to it, the fire reignites itself. I guess our fire just comes back periodically. Okay. Well, we can now do a bunch of stuff. So let's hire a skeleton. Let's hire another skeleton. Let's hire another skeleton. Oh, that's what it is. It's like wood regeneration. Interesting. Okay. Whoa. I wonder how we're carrying all this wood. I don't know. Let's go back down into the dungeon. That one pretty effortless. Alright, let's do evasion bonus. You know, come to think of it, I think the Indiana Jones games had some pretty terrible QTs too. I didn't play. I think I might have played. I didn't play too many of them. I want to say I really only played one of them. But I remember some very frustrating stuff involving timing in that game. Let's do attack speed bonus. I don't think I played many games that had them, really. Yeah, I was pretty turned off by games that had QTEs fairly early on, I think. I skipped a lot of games that relied on them. Just because I wasn't good at them. I knew I wasn't going to be. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. They just make me feel bad. Like, it's an accessibility thing, I think, because like if you're not fast enough, like how are you ever gonna proceed through that game? I remember feeling really bad a lot of the time when I missed them too. Oh no, not because I didn't like them, just because I didn't get to play I didn't play those games. Oh, I see. I see. Well, I was into a lot of action RPGs in my early adulthood, and a lot of action RPGs had those in them. I think the new Tomb Raider game I eventually dropped. And when I say new Tomb Raider game, I mean like the one that's just called Tomb Raider, not like the sequel or like the one that came after that. I think I dropped that game because it had QTs in it. Maybe Mass Effect 3 is it, with the Renegade Paragon stuff in 2 and 3? I don't know if Mass Effect has QTEs. If it does, I've never heard of that. It might. I knew some people that played that game, but I never really got to know too much about them because they didn't really tell me about them. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Ow. Fucking ankle. A bug brute? Is that like a bugbear? What the hell is that guy? God damn, we have 20k wood that we can carry now? Jeez, where does it all go? I gotta be using them for something. Okay, hold on. Hello, Master. Just letting you know I'm here, but I'll be gone for a few minutes. Okay, pup. No problem at all. Yeah, maybe. I know a little bit. I had friends growing up who were obsessed with that series, but mainly they were obsessed with BioWare as a thing. And like BioWare for me, like the only BioWare game I played that I actually liked was, did they make the original Knights of the Old Republic? I think they did. They yeah, they did. That was probably the only one. I think that's the only game I played by BioWare that I liked. Oh, they made Jade Empire? I think I played a little bit of Jade Empire, but not much. But yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, really? Huh. That's crazy. I didn't know that at all. Huh. Okay, good to know. But so BioWare as a company for me was one of those companies that I like grew up hearing a lot about just from like friends and stuff like that. Like when Dragon Age 2 came out, all of my friends were completely obsessed with that game. I hated it. I hated every fucking second of Dragon Age 2. I hated it so bad that when I finished it, all I did was bitch to everybody around me about how much I hated it. And that like gave me such a bad taste in my mouth for BioWare as a company. Um, and I don't think I ever played one after that. If I did, I don't remember it. Because by no, I played Inquisition. I only played Inquisition because a friend of mine convinced me to when I just started Final Fantasy 14. And that was the same friend who like was the first person to draw Dom, um, and like got me into BDSM and all kinds of other stuff. But anyway, uh, that Inquisition was not bad. I liked Inquisition. That's probably the only BioWare game besides Knights of the Old Republic that I liked. However, it still carried that very distinct BioWare flavor of good choice, bad choice, neutral choice that I just didn't vibe with. I am not a person that likes binary choices, if you haven't figured that out yet. I like things that have like a little bit more nuance to them, which is kind of like why I liked Baldur's Gate 3 so much, is just because there are so many directions that you can take most things in. It's not like binary, good choice, bad choice, neutral choice. And typically, like, games that have choices in them have to be fairly robust for them to hold my attention. Otherwise, I just will not give a shit. Just because I've played so many games where they give you the illusion of choice to where you think like something you do will have some kind of effect, and like when it doesn't, then it's a complete and total letdown. And I got so frustrated by so many of the choices in Dragon Age 2 that that type of narrative just put me off entirely after that point. Emmy kind of has that, but I think it works okay for its narrative. I've heard some things about the choices in Mass Effect. Not many things, but some. I can't tell if it's better to hold it down or click. I think it's better to hold it down. No, I don't know. It seems to go a little bit faster when you click. There's definitely some points where you pick the good option early on only for it to be potentially more harmful in the end. See, that I don't mind, though, because that's kind of interesting. Because you think that you picked a choice that that would be good, and it actually ends up fucking you over. Stuff like that, I think, is pretty neat. But, like, when it's just binary, and, like, you especially when you can tell, like, only one of those choices really mattered, it's just fucked at that point. Like, I just feel like the whole integrity of that narrative is gone. Especially when you carry over from each game, too. I did hear about that. That I did hear about. I did find that interesting. Dragon Age also does that. I don't feel like it did it very successfully that I can recall. Because, like, there's like this thing that you can do in Dragon Age Origin that will carry over into 2, which will carry over into Inquisition, and, like, I don't remember it being very, like, compelling, but it's there. ME3 can be very different depending on choices from 1 and 2. Oh, interesting. Well, that's good to know. ME is more obvious as you're the one character. Oh, I see. I do like that choices in games are kind of getting something of a resurgence. Like Baldur's Gate 3 did so much with player's choice, and I feel like there's so much other games can learn from it. And I feel like it used to be a thing in adventure games in particular, but also in RPGs where like you always give the player choices to make. But I feel like so many times in so many of those games, like the choices just really didn't do much. And Baldur's Gate 3 came out and just fucking blew that away. Which I think is pretty cool. I have chopped so much wood. All right. Well, that's a lot of wood generation we have. We'll go one more round in the dungeon, and then I think we'll end stream just because I'm getting tired and we're coming up on our hour anyway. It's gonna be difficult because of all the things you have to account for, especially when you want the main narrative to stop stray too far. So I get it, but yeah. And I've read a lot of interviews over the years. One of my best friends is actually she works for quality testing, or she did. I don't think she does anymore. But she used to work for quality testing, so she would tell me things about like game development and like the influence that choices have and stuff like that, which I thought was interesting. But just from a player's perspective, it was just such a letdown when, you know, something that you thought was a pretty big choice turns out to like just mean nothing in the end. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I like choices in games. I think some of my favorite like adventure-ish games are probably the ones that give you like a fairly decent amount of choices to make. But also like if they don't have any gravity, like what really is the point, you know? I don't know. There's like flavor choices in like Arknights, for example. None of them, as far as I can tell, have any type of bearing on the story. It's just like you can choose what dialogue options the doctor can respond with. And like sometimes various dialogue options will like get you like a response that you didn't expect. And that's pretty cool when, you know, you get to it. But largely like they don't seem to do too much, which is fine. Like when it comes to dialogue, I don't really expect there to be a vast change when it comes to those kind of choices. But the ones that like games give you that like have some kind of impact on like the story or like another character, etc. and so on, those I feel like should matter. The ending of ME3 was very controversial for that reason. Oh, I heard from my best friend actually, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, I heard. I was following some of that when it happened. NSC, my old one of my friends and former raid member, is also big into the Mass Effect series, and they told me a lot about all of the controversies surrounding the Mass Effect 3 ending. Yeah, I heard it was wild. Oh, we might pass this floor. We're doing really good. Damn, we're level 82? What the fuck? I don't feel like we should be that high. Crazy. Whoa, okay. Let's do the regen bonus. Hey, it's the crow! Oh shit, he's hitting hard. What the hell? Damn. He's very tanky. You know what I've always wanted to see? I've always wanted to see like a mystery like investigation game where the choices actually matter. And to some extent LA Noire is like that, but not in the way that I want it to be. LA Noire played a lot on gimmicks, and it advertised a lot, and like it sold a lot. It really didn't pay off too much. But it did do some things which were pretty neat. And one of those things was like you can completely fail the investigations in that game, which is interesting. But the thing that I have always found compelling in investigation games is when they like give you the choice to investigate something. Like, I think it would be really cool if like there was a game that the thoroughness of your investigation determines like how well the game progresses. Kara no Shoujo actually does this really well. And I don't think I've played another game that does it quite like Kara no Shoujo does. But the way that you carry out that investigation easily determines like how that game goes for you. And if you're very bad at the investigations, that game is fucking brutal. Which I would like to see more of when it comes to these mystery games. Just a little bit less linearity and more like reliant on what you as the player are able to find. But I haven't seen much of that, and it's sad. I think the biggest thing was that the parts leading up to it were actually kind of terrifying in a way of, I don't think we're going to win, so people did expect some sort of Deus Ex Machina, but not that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I bet. Alright. Well, we've reached our hour, so that will be all of Horripilant for today. This turned out to be a really interesting game. I went into it knowing that it was going to be horrifying and vaguely sort of similar to Fear and Hunger, but there's a lot of stuff at work here. I do like the auto battler mechanic. It's kind of interesting that you can like just be completely helpless during battle, and the only thing you can really do to help your guy is either like click on an item or hopefully get a QTE, and it does seem like those QTEs get harder as time goes on, so that's pretty neat. I like the weirdness of just the characters. That definitely reminds me a lot of Fear and Hunger, just the really fucking weird cast. And it seems pretty brutal to boot, so this is a pretty cool game. It's $7.99 on Steam if you want to check it out, if you like me playing it. Definitely adding this to the horror poll for sure, so you guys will be able to see this again if you want to. Thank you so much to Past Game Studio and Alexandra Declos and Keymailer for giving me the opportunity to check this game out. I really enjoyed myself, and I'm looking forward to playing more of it because this seems very creepy. And that's going to be it for me. We weren't able to get to Pocopia tonight, but that's alright because we did our keys, so tomorrow we can stream all the Pocopia that we want. I hope that you have a good rest of your evening. If you weren't here for the other parts of the stream, I will be assembling I probably won't finish it tonight because I'm really tired, but you'll probably see it tomorrow. The list of games for our polls, subscribers will have access to once I have that posted. And if you're not a subscriber, that's okay. You can participate in the polls and vote anyway. You just won't see the list because I let my subscribers influence what I play, and they can suggest and stuff like that. So I'll be making changes to the list as I receive suggestions and whatnot. And don't forget, Saturday is when this is going into effect. That's going to be our first Falcom Saturday, so make sure that you come by for Trails Through Daybreak 2 as we crack through more of that. And yeah, I'm excited for housekeeping to finally end, which it will tomorrow night, thankfully. So, oh man, I am so fucking tired. Well, anyway, good night, subbies. I hope that you all have a good rest of your evening, and thank you so much for hanging out with me. Bye-bye.